Ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand final of the Ryzing Star Cup, powered by AMD and back to Warcraft. A whole new best of 5. Happy's in the grand final, where he was 10 times in 12 series. We started on January 4 with 12 weekly cups. The top 8 of the West qualified for this event for $1,000 for the first place. It's one of the biggest tournaments that we have in all of Europe. And 8 warriors fought brave. They all tried to kick Happy off the throne. Blade won 1 cup. Happy won 10. There is Happy the God in Europe. And then there's the 3 demigods in Foggy, Hawk, and Cash. But recently, new challengers rising to the occasion. We had Side yesterday, and today it is Blade, making it into the grand final. What a run! The best of his career. They met before in the winner bracket semifinal. There was a clean affair. How would it go now? For chat, Happy is the clean favorite. But they want a Rising Star to win the Rising Star. Blade, can you do it? Can you challenge Happy like Foggy did? Or will you fall like everyone else?
It was a 3-0 before. Has Blade learned from this? As far as humans from Europe go, Happy has an insane track record. Happy is extremely strong in this matchup, but he has shown in the past against other humans from Asia that he's also beatable. Infi did it, Sok did it, Chimiko did it. And Blade, if we can believe his statements before, he is feeling somewhat confident. Has said before that he can absolutely beat Happy. He has yet to prove it. This would be the perfect time. The biggest stage.
Would be the first higher tier tournament for Moldova. Blade has won tournaments before, as I said, Rising Star, War 3 Station Cup. He was one of the very few players to kick Happy out of cups. It's been some time ago, but he did it before Hawk, before Cash, before Foggy. He knows how to do it. Can he do it 3 times in a best of 5? Again, the series stands for 3 years. But yeah, you said it. Sok, Infi, they all made it work against Happy. Oftentimes with tanks. First of all, kill that Acolyte, because Happy is scary when it comes to last hits.
I was thinking for a second he did. Nice lightning shield, by the way, on the AM. Really fast, creeping.
Holy!
Jesus.
Wow! That's insane min-maxing on this creep. That's the fastest you can creep this.
Also the footy harassing the DK. Even if the footman dies here, that's worth it. The footman will die, but lots of damage on the DK. The AM comes over, and only 1 creep killed over here. DK down to 1 coil left. Yes, it costs you a footman, but that's worth it. I talked about it earlier today on Concealed especially, but you should basically always be doing this. Your first footman should always be trailing the DK and always putting in a bit of damage. Even if the footy dies, it's a worthwhile exchange. Blade is teching.
1 base.
Not expanding.
We have seen some humans with tier 2 expansions. We have seen humans with 1 base. But tanks is definitely not happening 1 base.
Yesterday against X-Lord, it was the 3rd map, Amazonia, to decide the best of 5. And there, Blade was victorious with the 1 base inner fire rifle style. But I think Happy is a lot more experienced against that. After all, it was Hawk playing that pretty much non-stop against him for like half a year.
Archmage feels comfortable here. Claws +6, Archmage level 2, full mana, and just trade HP. It's all fine. No aura makes things a lot easier in the mid game.
Really good control on this AM. Always putting damage on the DK.
Also the Fiend, a little hurt, but there's 2 coils. This won't result in a kill, but maybe he can force another coil. It's about the tiniest things if you're up against Happy.
The DK looking for the fully chase down kills, but Blade taking care of everything. Oh, he is playing this opening so well so far. It's insane.
And you know, Remo is in love with openings, so he has a lot to criticize there as well. That statement says a lot.
And he sends the water elemental back in case the DK looks for the last hit, and the AM cuts off the other path to put in just a few more right clicks. Dude, Blade is playing an insanely good early.
Okay,
but you know, this all just gives you a decent platform into the mid game. This is far from over. This is far from a lead, really. But it shows that Blade is showing up to play.
Definitely. He has a plan. He knows what to do. But there, as Kaldor said it, there's the happy factor. You say this so many times. Oh, this is looking good. Until the mid game, until the late mid game. Sometimes even until the late game. But then there's this one mistake. So far, he's not giving Happy anything. Level 1.5. Mana on 50%. But the power spike is coming soon with the first Nova. Oh, lightning shield. A little bit of extra damage.
Blade should know that his second hero is much, or not much, but a little bit later than the Lich, so at that point he will have to get away. But without Aura, it's not even so easy to chase for kills, even with Nova. And the DK for Happy is stuck on level 1. Yeah.
Also,
this never happens normally.
Also, I mean, we made jokes about HP regeneration earlier, but this is an issue. Yes, he has Blight, but if he moves out, there's pretty much no regen until the statues are there. Finally, he gets it. But that was hard work.
Yeah, that changes a lot. Lich comes out, Aura is ready, Nova as well.
But how fast?
Blade could fall back.
Yeah, how fast Blade is realizing this and retreats. And with the 3 rifles he has now, he can creep up himself.
But Happy knows, okay, you know you have to fall back, but you will be creeping. Where are you creeping? Oh, if he had gone to the kobolds, this could have been a pretty good little creep jack here for Happy. But I love that militia being brought in by Blade as well. They're not necessarily required, but if Happy comes in, they help out a ton.
Okay, the Taskmaster is still here. Skeletons could be killed for last hits. There's Coil Nova. Happy makes sure, but that's more mana used. And here comes the Mountain King for the first time into this fight.
And the DK has 1 coil. This means Happy can't go in. If he does, he's going to lose Fiend. Because what's going to happen? MK is going to Stormbolt the Fiend. That Fiend gets coiled. Stormbolt again. And then the Fiend is dead.
Yeah, you can't trade Stormbolt versus coils with this mana pool at the moment. And Blade is abusing this fact very well. Mountain King already level 2. Very tanky.
This is an amazing early by Blade. I'm so impressed. I hope he can keep it up and play this game without mistakes.
Tech has started for Blade a little late, so the investment into the rifles was quite big, but it pays off with creeping now. So this is a level 3. Happy steals the expansion away.
Blade could return the favor. He's right there. If he gets the Rock Golem and he finds himself Creep Jack, that's a good use of his TP.
Bigger healing. As long as Happy doesn't get a Scroll of the Beast or big mana, I think everything is okay.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Happy is tier 3, Happy has triple hero, but no level 3 DK, no Orb of Corruption. He can't really comfortably take a fight yet. So his big tech lead so far isn't doing all that much for him.
Greater healing as well. Level 3 Archmage sends the Archmage away immediately. And with that, you get 3-3. How often did we see humans playing with a 4-1 build? Like level 4 on the Archmage because it was forced to creep so much. And then you can't get the levels on this Mountain King. Not happening here. You could force a TP right there.
Blade is being so aggressive. He could have just fallen back. But he wants to trade now and then creep with his Paladin and hope that there's still camps left. And forces engagement right here. Aiming for the DK, but he is so tanky. That's not the right target, Blade. This is the first medium-sized mistake of this game by Blade.
This build was good though. 1 rifle is falling. The movement of Happy always away from this MK to save his DK, plus the potion that he has. Nova into the backline, slaughters the casters. Here's the Destroyer, but loses it. Coil too late.
Yeah, and Coil on cooldown, so now he can go for a next Fiend. So 1 small micro mistake on each side leads to problems on both sides. Oh, but a lot of rifles are dying over here. More and more skeletons springing up. Silence still active on the Mountain King. Fighting before the pally perhaps was not the right call.
No, he saw
and that was the mistake.
He saw the opportunity. Happy backed against the corner with creeps there as well. Low DK. And then you're tempted. Like, I want you to lose your TP. I want you to get out of my way. But Happy just says, no, let's fight, bro. You are the one losing the TP. And that's exactly what happens here.
And once again, the Stormbolt on the DK. I think humans are misusing their Stormbolt way too much like that. You're never gonna get the DK kill. Never.
Maybe he didn't check the inventory.
Especially against Happy.
The potion made a big difference.
It's as if you coil Nova and MK. That's a bad choice. You can't kill him. You have to go for the priests and the rifles. Those you can kill.
Lich level 3 now as well after this fight. Happy finds the way back as always. Feeling so confident now going for the red spot.
Blade could go for the red spot as well with his rifles, but he doesn't know where Happy is. Happy has skeletons spread out across the map. And what does Happy get? The big item. Claws plus 12. Hello. Level 3 Dark Ranger already. Oh my god. That's crazy fast. AM is level 3.
Yeah, pretty much no progress afterwards.
And this is something that Happy always does very smartly when he realizes he forced the TP before. He goes for the run buys, he goes for the economy, normally in conjunction with the tech transition to Banshees. And that's gonna be quite a few peasants dying.
Big echo damage.
Yeah, expensive, expensive. Will cost Happy a TP in the end.
But so worth it. Master training not done yet. We do have Adept for the spell against these skeletons. That's nice. The statue falls as well. It does cost a little. Blade is still at 43.
But Blade got 2 kills there. That's not too bad. Surprised Happy didn't set up a Banshee house yet.
And one of the best additions for human at tier 3 is now available. Orb of Fire, Staff of Sanctuary. Still needs levels, obviously, but it does help in the fights. Happy with a level 4 DK. Good image.
0 levels.
Yeah.
And with a level 2 aura here, you can very often, again, go for the run bys, and you can see the TP coming and then just run away. And just like that, drain resources out of the opponent. Also forcing the human back, and in the meantime can transition into Banshees, which I'm so surprised to not see yet. It's normally always the way Happy plays this.
Yeah, of course, if there's no expansion, no need for a Pit Lord. He keeps his DK safe once again. Ooh, he's like seriously tanky. 10 armor. Blade with the red spot as well. What did he get? Didn't he finish it? Is he forced back before? Oh, that hurts.
Oh, those skeletons. Level 2 Black Arrow. Plus 10 damage. And big skeletons.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, wow.
Happy trapped it in the corner. Oh, the Dark Ranger. Uh-oh. Out of position. She's gonna die. Rare mistake by Happy. Wasn't paying attention to the third hero.
And a huge level up on the Paladin for Divine Shield. Not... Like, it's not common to get 442 on Amazonia.
Yeah, and Happy? He's going into Destroyers, which could work, but it could also backfire against the rifles.
Also, we have a workshop up, so additional support anti-air-wise with gyrocopters.
I think he only has that for Zeppelin purposes. In case of Zeppelin, he's gonna go for a gyro. Oh, solo experience for the Pally, getting him closer to 3.
It's always baffling. Oh, Warsong battle drums. It's always baffling how well riflemen are doing against these mass HP units like the Granite Golem, like an Infernal.
I get the Destroyer harass also. Gyro's not too bad. Trying to bait them into the rifles.
Good so far.
Can't get a kill. Oh, can he? Yeah.
A player's forces
Main
are
gold mines,
under
by the
attack.
way, we already have almost an 800 gold lead for Happy.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. Blade is checking for the expansion. There's still creeps on Happy's side. Web coming in against more and more gyros, which seems to be Blade's way to go. Happy is an upkeep, so yeah, the Saraz is giving him something. But Happy, 400 gold to upkeep already. Ooh, 5 gyros. Don't run into these fiends. Doesn't.
A player's forces are under
Oh,
attack.
rock golem. That's level 3 Pally. Hero levels are really good for Blade, but the supply is an issue.
Loses 1 gyro. Saves the rest. Oh, but he intercepts more now.
Okay. 2 gyros lost. About 200 gold.
4-3-3 versus 4-3-3. Blade no TP.
Are these gyros the
A
best
player's forces
choice, though?
are under
Are
attack.
destroyers really the problem here?
Looks like the fiends are a problem.
Blade into upkeep now.
Is
Pretty
it
low
too
on
late?
the rifle upgrades, by the way.
He has Warsong Battle Drum, so that makes up for the 2-0.
Yeah. And then the fire, of course, also helping out a lot.
When is it time to engage with the gyros?
No invols on Blade. That's just scary. He has 1 single heal pot. That's on the Pally.
No need invul if you have Holy Light.
Has the spell, of course. Okay, Stormbolt. Is this how we start this fight? Yes, we do. Kolnova on the rifles right away. We have Silence on the Pally. Getting dispelled now, so now he has the Holy Light available again.
Webs everything. Can he also kill everything? That's a lot of attention that these gyros get, but justifiably so. He kills them all. The silences are on point. Dark Ranger down to 50%. There is a coil. Can he take him out somehow? Oh, Dark Ranger falls.
This MK level 4 looking really strong, and suddenly not too many units left, I guess, on both sides. We're down to 45 supply only. But it's 3 heroes versus only 2. And more fiends are dying. So quickly falling. Oh, but now the AM. He needs to be careful about his first hero. Going for an early Holy Light. So much mana still on Blade's side, and he takes the win. Wins an engagement against Happy.
And Happy got into this with more supply. He didn't even use his greater mana potion. Tavern Revive on the Dark Ranger now, who had an invul. This keeps on happening to Happy today. Losing
forces are under
heroes
attack.
despite having coils, despite having potions. Blade with a big exclamation mark.
Gyros, mostly dead. Few are coming again from the main. Alright, this was a good fight for Blade. How do you play from that position is the question.
Only have...
Only a single priest. That's not a lot of sustain over here.
I think he should disengage again. Mine a little. Try to get items. Try to steal items. And then engage with 60 maybe. But he wants it now. With Happy backed against his main.
MK is about to run out of mana. And without Stormbolt, you can't find kills. Certainly not against Happy.
The gyros constantly do some damage. Oh, the coil was in time, but still bolted. That's it. 47.
Experience denied at least with the Dark Ritual. But Fiend's still dead.
How's the mana? One more Stormbolt. What to do? What to attack? Sustain is great once again.
Very good kiting by Happy, obviously. Now the priests are exposed. One of them eats a Nova, gets killed off right away. And the Lich has more mana than the MK. A lot more. And now it's time to turn around. You need mana to find kills. The MK doesn't have any anymore. He's gonna have one more Stormbolt in a second at least.
He has no lumber. Is that the issue? He can't rebuild the army. And has no mana anymore. Also no TP. Feels like he's hardly overcommitting. Staffs are good, but also on cooldown. Oh, that Nova! Happy cleans his front yard and pushes Blade away.
That was not the right choice by Blade. Engaging into that fight with only 170 mana. Into the undead base. With not even more than 50 supply of an army.
That's right.
And that is the next rather sizable mistake.
Looks like it, yes. He has to spend gold now. He can. Clarity's running. Happy checks for an expansion, sees there is none. And again, this feels really good. 4 heroes. DK close to 5. Lich 4.5. What now, Blade? What now? Expo.
Level 5 MK is close, level 5 AM is close. This would be immense level ups.
Brave Archmage here.
Long range coil secures a level up. And with that, suddenly the healing is very high again, despite the Orb of Fire. On the Fiends especially.
20-minute game. What a marathon on this Sunday. We're close to the 10-hour casting mark today. And we just start this grand final.
First Fiend gets coiled. And that is the level 3 coil doing a lot of healing. Priest in the back, received the Nova. Lots of units damaged already. Blade would have loved to have a heal scroll here, but didn't have the money for one. MK though, tons of mana. Silence, still active, still active. Counting the seconds until it's over. Now it's over. Stormbolt is ready again. And that's kills immediately going his way. But the Dark Ritual as well. AM in trouble, needs to be careful. No invul used. AM dies. First hero hits the deck. And this might be the beginning of the end here. Happy now on a killing spree.
Level 5 MK though. He has 3 more Stormbolts. There's still impact in this army. It's not the damage that lacks, it's the mana aura. But yeah, Blade down to 32. There's Gyros in the main, taking care of this Destroyer. Happy's not mining anymore. Main base mined out. Blade still has 400. Can he get this Archmage back? He uses the Altar. And that secures Happy's second gold mine.
If he pops the invul there at the right time, he gets the Holy Light again. Maybe he can turn this around.
He doesn't have Flying Machine.
This was really close.
He doesn't... He sees the expansion. Can't attack it. 40 supply for both. Close to level 5 Dark Ranger. Close to level 5 Lich. 23 and 25. He needs 48 experience for triple level 5. That hero kill Happy. And that's the main. 400 gold. What to do?
Happy knows the AM isn't back yet. And this is the smartest choice. Force a fight now. Blade has to come out of his base to keep the altar alive. And this exposes easy kills, possibly.
Threatening a Stormbolt. What to do it on? Fiend. Holy Light as well. Gets the kill. Sweet. Waiting for this Archmage.
Mind shield as well.
Counting the
no
seconds.
silence here.
Oh, that Nova onto the Militia. That just feeds the heroes into 555.
AM, how much longer? Only a few seconds. The Nova in the back though hurts, and that's triple level 5.
Mountain King has 3 more Stormbolts. Again. He gets kills. There's the coil. All the Gyros wept. The Destroyer's in trouble. Archmage back. And there's the Orb of Fire again.
Gets level 5 as well.
Destroyer falls. Oh, the skeletons though. Where's the Dispel? I guess on cooldown. Oh, wow. They're huge.
Happy's quickly running out of mana. The AM in trouble. Can't afford to die again.
Needs this.
One coil is left.
Has the invul.
It's so much mana for the Lich though.
There's no
These skeletons.
Death Knight in trouble. He's stunned. Invul potion maybe. Playing with fire. Playing with fire. Goes for the Archmage again, but doesn't really do too much. Stormbolt dodged, obviously. GG by Blade. Yes, it does too much. It puts the nail in the coffin. What a fight, though. Happy takes the lead. Stumbling over the finish line.
So close, man. Blade almost took him out in a straight up one base game. When the AM died the first time, if instead he survives with the invul, this game potentially can swing around the other way.
Also, the overcommitment after winning the fight in the bottom, pushing into Happy's base, maybe not the best thing to do. 2 mistakes that he can definitely shut down. But let's talk about this early game that enabled everything.
Yeah, that early game was insane. Absolutely insane.
So he knew exactly what he was doing. He traded HP very, very well. He found him all the time. He prevented level 3. There was so many things going Blade's way. And now we go into his first losers map. Worth a grand final for now.
Absolutely.
Making these heroes 554 on Amazonia and 555. That's a lot of HP, of XP.
Yeah, this was a bloody game. There were tons of losses on both sides. And could easily go either way. Blade is showing up to play. Do we know the vetoes, by the way?
Well, they must be somewhere on a Discord. I'm gonna look it up, even if it looks bad if I just stare into my phone right here.
Our second map will be Echo Isles. That is the standard human choice in a best of 5. Happy, very, very likely veto Terna stand. And Blade, pretty likely Twisted Meadows. Some humans nowadays decide to veto LR instead. Infi, for example.
I got it for you, Remo. Vetoes are Terna Stand and Twisted Meadows. Happy goes, as always, for Northern Isles as his pick. Echo Isles it is for Blade. This is the map that we are on now. Concealed Hill for Happy. Oh, wait a second. That's the wrong. There we go. Echo Isles and Concealed Hill for Happy. And the last map for Blade is Last Refuge. Alright. Map 2. Happy with the lead. 2 maps away from $1,000. Can Blade find another solution?
It was really close earlier. Happy almost lost his first best of 5 against a Westerner in 3 years. Foggy almost took him out. We thought it was gonna be Foggy Happy rematch, but then came Blade with an amazing performance against Europe's strongest Night Elf. And came so close to beating Happy on map 1 as well.
Yeah.
With the inner fire rifle, 1 base style. That is very unlikely to see here. This is normally the #1 fast expansion map. Much easier to expand on than AZ. And pretty hard to find decent creeping on if you play the 1 base style for MK and Pally both.
Alright, we officially cracked the 10-hour mark for today and the 5,000 viewers. So, nice little benchmarks here. But let's blow these numbers up. We want a 12-hour cast and 6,000 viewers. Share that we're doing this here. Share that we have this Ryzing Star Cup final going on. Happy in the upper left with a DK Ted Fiend opening, of course. And Blade. Expansion. Some tricks up his sleeve, maybe, against Foggy. He faked an expansion and then played 1 base. Yes.
Starting off with the green, certainly, we know that much. Happy will be scouting, will be knowing what's going on.
So, against Hawk, we oftentimes see a super mega close game 1, and then Hawk falls apart. How would you say, like, will it be the same for Blade, or is he, like, a little more stable?
I hope he's more stable, and I could absolutely see that. There is less history between the two. There have been fewer games where he has been demolished by Happy, so there's less reason for him to have developed a mental block. And as I said earlier, at least from the words spoken by Blade, he seems very confident against Happy. And I can see now why. I made kind of fun of it before, when Blade used to say in Twitch channels, Happy isn't even all that good. I beat him on a regular basis, but he was so close on map 1.
I wonder
Which
who,
is an achievement for anybody.
I wonder who's really good then in his eyes. You know, Remo, when Happy started to drop maps and started to lose tournaments, there was one pattern. There was a clause of attack at the first camp, and guess what the Archmage found? The clause of attack at the first camp. And he is going for this expansion.
Happy is going for a really late harass. Normally, most undeads, including Happy, creep the first camp, not even fully. The skeletons take out the rest of the green, and then you move over for harass quickly towards the expansion, but Happy fully crept the first green, then goes back for the Rod of Necromancy, and then moves over, and as you can see, Blade is long finished with his expansion, and he must be surprised. Wow.
Yeah.
This was much easier than I was expecting.
Where are you? Indeed. He denied the first Water Elemental that was about to expire. The second one is above 100. These denies by Blade are a big part of why his game is going so well against this monster.
It was
that
again a
is happening.
sacrificed footman, by the way. Sacrificed footman into the first camp, slowing down the DK, putting damage on him. I really, really like the way Blade is doing this. I think this is the way for every human to go nowadays.
This Archmage position, I love it. He can attack the skeletons to diminish the damage, but he can also attack the DK. So with the footman, it's of course a little harder to focus fire.
Only one peasant lost so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, the footmen were chasing the DK and taking care of the skeletons as well. It all took them a little longer, and the Archmage was standing in the middle just shooting away at whatever is in range. Really good. There's 3 rods of necromancies though. He didn't weather the storm yet.
Yeah. And this is the upside for Happy going in later. He bought a new Rod of Necromancy so he can keep on pressuring. Another peasant does die, but more peasants were brought in from the main already to replace. And now the Expo is up, and the DK is out of mana. And now it's really hard to find peasant kills.
Close to level 3 Archmage. Not even touched the Murlocs. Oh, this Fiend. Misrallied. More
Happy
freedom.
comes back in. The DK slipped away from the AM there just for a second. And of course, Happy will find his peasant kills. There's no way you can stop all of them.
The question is the price he has to pay for them. And that's a new Rod of Necromancy. That is 500 HP at plus.
And Blade is teching already.
Wow.
This is all looking pretty decent. Pretty good.
Happy has the Lich in production. The Slaughterhouse as well. Delayed tier 3 for this.
A player's forces are under attack.
And again, AM footies, Watermelons immediately there for the defense. This pressure play by Happy could have very easily turned into 6, 7, 8 peasant kills. But it was greatly minimized because Blade played around it so well.
Happy has 30 supply.
And Blade splitting up his footies. This is so important to do. When there's fiends in multiple positions, don't just have everything in one group. 2 footies towards the one fiend, 4 footies or whatever towards the rest of the fiends.
Happy's falling back. Fiends are hurt. DK at only 1 coil. Lich is coming now with a new Rod of Necromancy. Tech has started as well, and the next Ziggurat. But this is what he has to deal with for the next minute or so.
And the defend timing is perfect as well. Halfway through now, we'll be lining up perfectly with the Lich. Not only was Blade playing so well in the one base, he's also looking insanely stable with the Expo play. I'm so impressed with him.
Remo's
And
in
this shop will not
love.
be getting cancelled.
Blacksmith coming up as well. Shop will help. Good SimCity. It's not easy for Happy to attack into this economy anymore.
And these towers. It's so hard to reach these towers.
Yeah.
I've been asking for this from the humans as well. Have better SimCity at the expansion. This one is looking really good.
And that's what the humans do. Turtle a little. Survive. Just somehow survive. And yeah, he is almost at tier 2. At the moment, it's really tough. Lich is very conservative with his mana, though. But there's a shop up now.
Has Blade not lost a single footy yet?
I don't think so. Oh, almost a deny as well. Or was it? Not sure. Last coil.
The statue might be a little late. It feels like the statue is late.
He was supply stuck. Statue's coming now.
Canceling the blacksmith would be big, but I don't think
way.
he has the damage.
No way. Finished now. Towers as
Now
well.
the towers are done.
This is really, really stable.
Yeah, this is so well played. Tier 3 coming in instantly. Workshop in the main, behind the wall off, basically. By the way, interestingly.
A player's forces are
yeah.
under attack.
And when the MK comes, this is gonna be so... Wow. Dude, he just held off against Happy. I don't want to say easily, but really convincingly.
Yep. So Happy now what?
And a lot of it comes down to this first footy pressuring the DK at the first creep camp.
You mean claws up attack at the first camp?
No.
Yeah, man. Absolutely true. He gets more lumber now as well. Mountain King hits the fray. How aggressive does he want to be? Does he want to fall back and creep first? Or does he want to be aggressive? Because it's only level 1 Lich.
A player's forces
And
are
only
under
level
attack.
2 DK. Looks like it's creeping. Again, sending the Archmage away. I love this so much. Yes, level 4 is good on this Archmage, but this level 3 MK is a savior.
When Infi defeated Happy with 3-0, this was basically the masterclass, perfect human play. And honestly, here in map 2, Blade is not at all far away from that level of play. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. This is just bulletproof all the way through. And that's what you need. Bulletproof early games against Happy.
Don't give him
Especially with fast expansion.
any opening. 2 claws and the Scroll of the Beast is really big though. Mountain King level 2 already, but Happy with his Pit Lord poking into this into the main, and the Expo is safe and the SimCity is great, but there's holes in this main like it's a Swiss cheese and no tower.
Don't want to lose the gyros yet. That would be painful.
Nova Skeletons deal with the workers.
A player's
But it's
forces
mana
are
heavy.
under attack.
Blade
Blade would go for mercs. You have so much gold.
very calm. But now supplies.
1,000 gold.
You jinxed him, Remo. He's engaging now. 60 supply. Paladin in the works. More breakers. And more gyros. A lot is in production.
A town is under siege.
Oh, and the thing that's missing now is farms. Of all things,
He's not rebuilding
farms.
them in the south.
Cannot allow the paladin to be cancelled.
Well, that's bad news for you. Okay, engages into this. That's still 40%. Scroll of the Beast. How to withstand this?
MK taking a ton of damage.
This is an insane timing by Happy. Footmen come in to flank, but they don't do anything. Archmage TP. Ooh, wow.
Pally comes out, needs to run away instantly. Is he looking? Yes.
2 gyros
Nice,
still.
yeah.
3 gyros. Nice position for the destroyer. So it's effectively 1 base now.
Should perhaps wait for the scroll to run out. Oh, he's stealing some of it with the breakers.
Okay, that's sweet. Still a lot of footmen in the 64 supply. Committing to the destroyer now. Will definitely trigger a coil. Will he just let it die? There's not many coils remaining. Pitlord is a little out of position as well. Fiends are falling.
Few more stormbolts already. Only one single coil left. No statues on the ground anymore. Blade might be doing it. This is the last coil.
Pitlord also down to 50%. He's saving it with frost armor. All the footmen. Destroyer so low. New gyrocopters over and over and over. Fiend saved to the back, but for how much longer? Footmen are chasing. That's level 3. More mana and heavier impact. Destroyer falls as well. And another Fiend falls. It's mass murder right here. Aiming for that Lich.
Oh.
TP swapped last second. Another destroyer though.
Pit Lord?
Pitlord dead
Oh my
as well. Whoa.
Blade! Goddamn, dude. How well is he playing right now?
This looked like Happy crushes him.
Dude, he did this all without knights. He's got a knight stuck behind the
Player's
barracks.
forces are under attack.
Yep. That.
Needs staff.
Dude, what is going on? This fight, this push was so one-sided until Blade decided, oh, I could spend my money. I could get my tier 3 stuff And when this altar survived and the paladin stepped out and he knew it was the time to engage, this was crazy. And Happy is forced into a counter expansion now.
And the gyro scout and instantly turn around, not flying into the webs
A player's
as so many
forces are
other
under
humans
attack.
would do carelessly.
Now he's creeping with all the heroes at the same time, which is understandable. He wants level 4 and level 2 on Archmage and Paladin.
Happy plan B.
Yeah.
Expansion. But very soon, Blade can be up at 80 supply. And that's not easy to hold. Because, of course, Happy won't be so far up in supply.
He will stay at 50 for
A
quite
player's
some time.
forces are under attack.
Blade is stuck at 66. Builds a farm and he needs upgrades. And items in general. So, Divine Shield ready. No TP. No potion. There's nothing on Blade.
Item. Ring of Regen. Oh,
A
okay.
player's forces are
Bit
under
of regeneration.
Pitlock level 2.
We have 2 knights now. Sundering Blades coming in. No Animal War Train, though. Not yet.
But Iron Forged Swords. That's good damage. Do we again have destroyers? Yeah, 1. No temple the entire series. Switching to
Player's
Abominations.
forces are under attack.
Solo creeping for the AM. I like that in the middle. This is going to be level 4. Should definitely go for the invul here as well.
Yeah, he has gold.
Oh, Blade, don't forget it.
Like, he's never lazy with the creeping. He always knows when it's time to hit what levels.
Is it time to fight, though? Staff on cooldown.
Holy Light saves him for now. Armor upgrade kicks in. And the gyros. Can they take out the destroyer fast enough? And the water elementals are really good in this. Nova! But it's still only footman he hits.
Heal Throw would have been tremendous right there, but Blade doesn't have one. But what he does have is lots of mana on this Mountain King. AM needs to be careful. AM getting focused by the Lich. Blade! Pay attention. He does. Blade was going on a little bit too soon. Happy, ready with the ghouls and with everything, and that's a lot of units dying.
15 supply.
Of course, that's the downside of having so many footies in the late game. They don't do well enough anymore against the human tier 3. And suddenly, Happy is on super high hero levels again, and he's got an expansion, and he's not even behind in supply
What?
anymore.
It feels like I fell asleep for like 3 minutes. And all of a sudden the game is just completely different. The Happy factor. It's also quite a few gyros. He took out the destroyer. But Happy can just resummon another one. 60-60. It was mostly footmen dying, if I saw that correctly. So, he needs more knights. Also going breakers. Wants a heavy front line.
Blade falling back.
It wants time for the regions,
Waiting
of
for
course.
his higher
under
tech
siege.
units.
No priests anymore. Just knights, breakers, gyros.
The Fiend's kiting always perfectly. Sees the storm bolts flying, puts them in a far back position. Even if the Fiend dies, this is so much damage on the Knights in the meantime.
On the breakers as well. 2 destroyers. Water Elemental not dispelled though. More gyros coming in, but not critical mass on the gyros. They just fall one after the next, and air superiority goes to the Russian.
Yeah. These destroyers can't be dealt with at the moment, at the very least. Gyros one after the next falling, but Fiends also dying. So we're going to be left with Knights versus Destroyers, which of course is good for the Destroyers.
Falling back. Needs items. Needs to survive. But it's only 52 supply, and Happy again with the perfect positioning for the reinforcements. Executes the Sork immediately. 3 destroyers. And Rain of Fire again. He's losing the fight. He's expanding, he pushes, and he destroys.
Yeah, and maybe at the way to when the expansion was coming up, maybe Blade should have tried to find a cancel. If he buys a TP, that should be a safe attempt. But of course, that means he does some creep in the meantime.
All these trees are opened up. This town hall, it did him really good, but not anymore. Repair is too late. All the peasants will fall to the Lich. One shot, one kill. Even if you're not a Dryad. Archer. Happy is everywhere.
Heartbreaking for Blade. 2 games in a row, such insanely good early games. In the first game, it was easy to find his mistakes. Here in the second, not so easy.
It's tough. What's left in him? On one base now. Couple of priests coming. Gyros again. The hero levels this time not super impressive. He's close, but Echo is also empty.
5 destroyers. There's not enough gyros here to deal with all of them.
No way.
Not even close.
And there's no other anti-air. The destroyers will dominate. Dispel on the water elemental, AoE damage, all the gyros gone.
And that means water elementals don't do anything either. The knights take quite a bit of damage. Double level ups for Happy. 5 and 4 for first and third hero. The Fiends are in trouble, yes, but it's the destroyers reigning supreme at the end of the day. Pally getting focused, in trouble, needs to be careful. It's GG. And the 2-0 lead for Happy.
Happy with yet another miracle. And one map away from $1,000. Ooh, this is rough. This is real rough for Blade now. Playing so well, but unable to break your opponent. Happy does it. Like he always does it.
Such a solid early game. So stable, so impressive. But the way Infi transitioned the perfect early game into a win was pretty much always with run-bys.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, he was doing run-bys into the undead main, most of the time with Blizzard.
And what do you think? The main was very exposed, and unlike many other pros, Happy knew that.
Yeah, there was not even an arcane tower there at the beginning to defend. Maybe he should have thrown in 2 more guard towers there. We saw him at 1,000 gold for a really long time. But of course, you want to cut all the resources you can to get up to 70 supply as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's tough, man. Beating Happy, especially in this matchup, you have to know exactly what to do at any given point, and you have to play it insanely well also.
And at one point, it's of course desperation, and you lose more and more and more. It spirals out of control. 3 match points in a row. 10 weekly cups went to Happy. That's $1,000. And if this next map goes to him as well, that's an additional $1,000 and the eternal title as the first Ryzing Star season champion. Blade, though, he is not the one to give up. We saw that on map 2. Unbelievable strength displayed. We sometimes make fun of him, but boy oh boy, did he step up his game. Already the biggest achievement in his career. Can he make this a series, just as Foggy did? Blade in the bottom left. Down 2-0s. And also yesterday, we've seen a lot of momentum. I keep on mentioning this in best of 5s. It does switch around. The pendulum swings a lot in Warcraft 3 series.
We're all hoping for the miracle here that Blade is the one to claim victory. But even if that should not be the case, we have to remember he's bringing Europeans elite to the test. He is dismantling Cash and Foggy, which were up there on the Olympus of Europe for such a long time. There's a new kid in town, and that's Blade. And I hope we're going to get a chance to see him in some offline tournaments in the future as well. It's only been online so far, and there's a rumor that perhaps he's not allowed to go to offline tournaments, but whatever the case may be, he's playing so well here.
Alright. Archmage again, no surprise. MK, Paladin, opening, no Thorzane craziness. And by happy. Come on, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Blade. So many good plays in this series already.
Yeah.
The Scout Footman early. I hope he uses him aggressively again against the DK creeping. And you can see, he's not scouting the main. He's getting ready to intercept the DK's creeping at the first camp. This is a big deal. All humans, remember this. Maybe I shouldn't say it so loud. It's going to make my ladder games more difficult. But yeah, this is really important. This is crucial, actually.
So, skeleton's raised. Footman is already here. Waking up the creep, so that's number 1 inner fire.
And didn't even trigger the ensnare somehow.
Yeah, true. 3 inner fires.
A player's forces are
Oh,
under
watch
attack.
awards, that's great. And Blade.
Honestly, I think it would have been more effective if Blade had sent in the footy with the DK and skeletons to just put pressure on this DK Death Knight. That would have been like close to 100 damage. That's damage that matters.
Blade going from green to Murloc. And Happy gets more experience here. Sentry Ward is great. He's right in Blade's face when he wants to expand.
DK is very low mana already, though. And only 1 Rite of Necromancy left. Honestly, it's not very much aggressive potential. When is Blade gonna call the militia? Hog loves playing 1-base tier 3 style on this map, but this number of peasants certainly looks like an expansion.
Yeah, definitely.
8 peasants called. No, wait, is it 8? No, it's 7. Okay, that's the norm nowadays.
A player's
DK is again hurt, but it's alright with this, I guess. That's the last charge of Rod of Necromancy, though.
Yep.
4 minutes in the game. Still creeping this. It is late.
Plays around the coil last hit as well. And that means no level 2 DK. Oh, last hit here from the Fiend. Also not granted. Happy's gonna get the peasant though. Unless it's denied. You almost denied him with the AM. Did you see that?
Real close.
That would have been close to a perfect early game.
Gets level 3 with the skeleton, if it's not expiring. Does he? Yes, he does.
It's hiding in the little corner.
Bye-bye. Okay, he gets it eventually.
A bit of an expansion delay. Blade took some time here. And now the question is what to do next. Keep on pressuring. Of course you want to cover your avenues here. And I like this. 1 footy to the left, 1 footy to the right. Looking for the
player's
fiends to come in.
forces are under attack.
There they are. Blade not going towards the expo yet.
Nope. Happy comes in. 2 hurt units. New Rod of Necromancy and coils to spam.
It's first small mistake here by Blade. Should have reacted this a little bit sooner.
A town is under siege.
If the tower falls, this is a problem.
But what can he do?
It will. Oh!
The Fiend shots are
Mass repair.
too powerful. Repair. Take some build time off that town hall. The tower does fall.
2 fiends hurt though. AM, if he controls him properly.
Oh, the block. Oh, the block. Big body block from the big fat Death
A
Knight.
player's forces are under attack.
If he had moved him right away, that could have been 1 fiend kill, I think.
New skeletons, man. He's raising skeleton after skeleton after skeleton. He has 1 more rod. The first 2 early games were pretty much perfect. This one is the hardest for Blade so far.
A town is under
Most
siege.
important thing is the tech though. And the tech to tier 2 is coming. This is the crucial thing. Getting MK, Pally, and Knights at the right time. This is what it's all about. And Gyros.
How many more kills can he get? Decent save so far. One more dead.
AM into the main.
Player's forces
There's
are
no
under
arcane tower here. No narrow tower, I mean. Oh, my god.
Oh.
That's 2 fiend kills.
This is reminiscent of the game of Happy vs. Ente, where Ente was trying to save all his units.
Look at the Acolyte block. Oh, he messes it up.
He wanted to.
He could have saved those 2 fiends with a better Acolyte block.
Oh, now Happy
Oh.
losing his entire range army almost.
And the Cloak of Shadows of all items
Yeah.
makes this even more difficult.
He has no staff. This is a TP, but he can't afford it. Oh wow.
And like that, he's back.
And that's... I don't want to say it, but just play like Infi. That's what they do, TH and Infi. Run into the Undead's base and cause trouble there.
If you want to beat a tier 1 player, you have to play like a tier 1 player. That's what it is.
Well, side begs to differ. Strategy-wise, of course.
You can play different strategies, but you have to execute.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay, yeah, that one. We can agree with that.
Oh, AM, no! No! Not this!
Ouch! What a Nova! Ice Age for all the footmen. DK has no mana anymore, though. There's another water elemental. The blacksmith is so important. Happy trying to click this down, and he succeeds.
Oh!
Does he? Does he?
Oh, it's so close. Oh my god.
Does he?
What was that, 10 HP?
He doesn't.
Yeah.
DK in, almost getting surrounded. Statue is here a lot earlier, though. How big is this blacksmith save?
MK has started. Tier 3 has started. And Happy, for once, doesn't have the fiend numbers to instantly on tier 3 apply this insane
Absolutely.
pressure. This is the scary thing with this undead strat. You get fiends early, you never lose them, and then on tier 3 with a 3rd hero, orb, and destroyer, suddenly you have this massive power spike. But when 2 fiends died before, that all shifts.
Probably 3. Statue heal is good, but okay, gets it now. That's exactly the damage of the 2 fiends that was missing, otherwise he gets the blacksmith. And that prevents the workshop, and that prevents
Player's
knights.
forces are under attack.
And that was really important.
Early game, a little bit bumpy, but great comeback by Blade. Puts him now in the possibly best position so far in this best of 5. If he can creep the Merc camp right now, this would be outstanding. But it's scary. He doesn't know if Happy is around for a creep jack. He's gonna try it though.
A player's forces
Double
are
level
under
up.
attack.
Big heal potion again. Not the biggest weapon. And again, the SimCity by Blade is great. Being a little bit passive now, though, I think lack of footman numbers is a big deal. Getting very close. And rune braces.
That's nice. And AM, basically level 4.
No town portal anymore.
Really good for the mana sustain.
There we go. But Happy comes in for the punch. The clock strike midnight in Russia now.
Alright, and now it's survival time again.
Is it the end of
Need
days
to buy
of play?
time for the Pally, the Knights.
A town is
that-
under siege.
There's 0 towers in the main, by the way.
Again,
Uh-oh.
same mistake
And
as an Echo.
Blade with more than 1,000 gold again.
Absolutely. The Rain of Fire. The strategy that Happy pretty much invented. Would it carry him into the second victory?
Are under attack.
Blade seems a little indecisive. What to do? Just standing there. In shock.
Oh, Rain, Nova. Lots of peasant kills. Knight is coming, Pally is coming. But normally you want to have militia as well to call for this defense, but there's not many militia to be called.
The tri-hero double AoE push. Oh, quad kill. And now Blade what?
I hope the knight doesn't get stuck there between the 2 buildings.
No.
Okay, good.
So we have 1 knight, 2 breakers, 5,
A player's
6
forces
gyros.
are under attack.
And Blade is buying time. All he needs is more time. Happy has no counter expansion. Paladin is out. Mountain King level is worrying, though. For once, we don't have the 3-3, but a 4-1. That's exactly what I mean. But there was no other chance.
Yeah. But at least he didn't die before his Palian Knight came out. So that's the first step. Oh, well, that's way more than the first step. You could have died a lot of times already here. Oh, Red Camp being crept by Blade. Big experience here with breakers. Easy to creep as well with a spell steal.
So, what's this? We had good items against Happy today. Yep, that's the next one. Warsong Battle Drums again. Just like on AZ.
Happy got Book of the Dead, 1 of Mana Steal, and still the big healing. Level 3 now on the Lich. Gets 1 Gyro for free.
Well,
60 against 63.
No Dispel. No Arcane Tower. This is perfect for a Book of the Dead. Doesn't even need it. OTP trying to trap the DK. Welcomes in with open arms. Is this the grand final fight that determines it all? Knight almost down. Destroyer very hurt. Happy might be a little surprised by the number of gyros here because Blade hit them well. Fiend falls as well.
No Orb of Fire in here, but still a decent defense attempt. One Fiend again, perfectly saved. Always so close. He gets the clutch saves off. MK also dropping low. Finally a Fiend dies, but the Destroyers are still in the air. The Gyros almost all taken out.
Okay.
More Destros being morphed.
The Lich was attacking the barracks for quite some time. Little mistake by Happy. Rare to see. Destroyers get a lot of damage somehow. But Happy, is it too much? 2 Knights about to fall. That's big supply. And the heroes are struggling as well. Paladin in trouble. Gets the Divine Shield off. But he's just barely holding on. Happy just pressing forward. Archmage a little bit out of position. Catches more and more hits. This might be game. It is game. And Happy takes it 3-0. Well played. The Rising Star Season 1 champion is the 10-time Rising Star Weekly Cup champion. Is Happy.
A town is under siege.
It was a 3-0 in the final in the end, but this was close. This was 3 maps going back and forth. Really close affairs. And Blade is getting close. And Blade is absolutely throwing his name in the ring for being the second best European player.
Maybe.
Not just the second best European human.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. I was about to interrupt you. Like, he is already the best human in Europe at the very moment, with Hawk being in a little bit of a slump. That was very impressive today. The way he played, the way he took out Foggy, the way he played, especially in the first 2 series against Happy. But again, Happy, you challenge him with new stuff each and every week, but he doesn't care. He was breaking a sweat 4 or 5 times today, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And yeah, he's the champion through the winner bracket. Losing 2 maps, I think, or 3 maps maybe. And that's it. $1,000 go to Moscow.
The deserved winner. He is still the best in Europe. He is still the Emperor. But I know we've been saying it for a lot of weeks, but the gap is closing. And it's not just Foggy and Cash and Hawk. It's also Blade now who can challenge him.
Also, summing up this first season of the Rising Star Cup. Yes, of course, it's easy to make jokes like, Happy Cup, just send Happy the money already. But how fun was it to see a star shaped in a semifinal? To see the rise of Kiwikaki with all the Tauren shenanigans? To see the challenges of Foggy and Hawk, and then the big win by Cash to finally kick him off the throne. Axlord making deep runs. Vortex had great runs. This was very Spiral. Like, we have seen a lot like new players that made their name here in the past 16, 18 weeks. And that's great to see.
Absolutely. The European scene is on the rise, and it's other weekly cups as well, but it was Rising Star Cup first to really reinvigorate the scene. And it's great to see all these players coming back, practicing hard again. Happy is still the enemy or the titan at the gates who nobody has been able to conquer yet, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and we had cups with, like today, more than 5,000 viewers. We had cups with more than 200 players. This is what the scene needs, and this is what AMD made possible. There's no decision yet if this cup will continue, but we will give AMD some time to think about it and hopefully find the right answer. In the meantime, you wouldn't think that we would let you down, right? You wouldn't think that we take off the Saturday evenings. Hells no! With the support of the Global Clan, we present the Global Clan Cup on Saturday, 5 p.m. And we listen to your feedback. First of all, it's $100 prize pool. Winner takes 75. Second place takes 25. It's going to be all Saturdays in March. So the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. Sign up will open tomorrow. The special thing about this cup is it's limited for players with an ELO, a Warcraft 3.info ELO of 2,100 and below. So we want to see you all there for the Global Clan Cup.
Good to hear. Nice that we're gonna have a replacement after Ryzing Star goes into a bit of a break, at least for a while. And that's gonna be a great chance for everyone who is not happy and foggy and Xlord and all the greats to find some success in a weekly tournament for all of March.
So 10.5 hours, 5,000 plus viewers. I think this was a success. For me, it definitely was. I enjoyed Ryzing Star a ton. It's over now. I will miss it a little. But with that being said, for this cup, we built a new admin team. Many of these guys who volunteered were not much experienced, but they stepped up their game so hard. They learned so quick. The chemistry in the team is so awesome. I love every single one. You guys know. And yeah, thanks to you guys. Thanks to AMD. Thanks to Kaldor for making this possible with us. So we have a little bit of a break every second week, or had. So yeah, big thanks to many people for making this a wonderful affair. And with that, Remo, I think it's time for the goodbye routine. Do you have any final words? Do you want to plug your new Instagram account?
There's nothing on there yet. Maybe next week. Guys, it's been a great week. And next week is going to be very good as well. Stay tuned to Back to Warcraft. We'll see you again soon. Good night.
Tomorrow, 12 p.m., Yule Cup continues. Tune in.